Cheryl Boggs is the host of her own exciting radio show. She's a singer, songwriter, and a worship leader. And she's here today to sing for us and share her God story. It's all coming up right here on Babbie's House.
Babbie's house, Babbie's house. Every day is filled with possibility. At Babbie's house, Babbie's house. Everybody is family. Welcome to Babbie's house.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Babbie's House, where everybody is a member of the family. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Well, I have the awesome privilege of introducing Cheryl Boggs. And Cheryl Boggs is a radio show host. She has a powerful radio program, and she's also a singer. She's a writer, and we go back a ways. And so today, we'll just exchange good news about what Jesus is doing in our ministries. We'll catch up with her and find out what her story is today, and I know it's going to be very encouraging to you. Well, welcome back to the show. I am privileged to introduce you to Cheryl Boggs. And Cheryl Boggs is one of those people who is using all of her gifts for God. She is a radio show host. She is a singer. She's a songwriter. She's a worship leader. And I know she believes that her best and brightest days are still out there in front of her. Will you help me to welcome to Babbie's House, Cheryl Boggs. My friend, I'm so happy to see you again.
Thank you. So
now,
glad
listen,
to be
I
here.
have wanted this day to happen for a long time because you and I go back. I interviewed on your radio show.
Yes, you did.
And that was quite a few years ago, way prior to the pandemic. And I think today, though, is the first time that I get to hear you sing and to hear your original music, because we've always like sat on the other side of the mic, and today I get a chance to interview you. So thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a privilege. And
So
I just
talk to
want
me
to
about-
tell you right quick about so many people were like, tell Babbie I said hi. She doesn't know me, but tell her I said hi.
Listen, you tell them Babbie said hey. And amen. I hope to meet them sometime soon. If not here, they're in the air. We will meet again.
Yes.
So tell me about how the radio show happened and how you began to be involved in media.
You know, God is God, as you know.
Yes.
And one door was closing, and then I get a call from a radio station that's been playing my music, and they were like, hey, I hear a radio show. I never thought about radio. I've done television, but never thought about radio. And so that door closed and radio opened, and it's been going on 9 years.
This is what I love about God, is there are some days that we have to, make it happen. And that's fine. You have to get your bio together, and you have to get your music together, and you have to write your songs. And then there are other days that the blessing comes looking for you.
Yes.
And it comes knocking on your door.
Yes.
And how many years have you been doing the radio show now?
It's been 9 years. But the one that I started in Shreveport was only once a month. And it was a call-in radio show. And then I moved start doing the one in Dallas at Fishbowl Radio Network. And that's been 9 years. So
and
altogether,
the name of the show is called?
The Cheryl Boggs Show, but Resting in His Word is really the name of it.
And we can find it on Fishbowl. Tell us how we can access the show.
Yes, Fishbowl Radio Network. And the website is fbrn.us.
Well, we're going to check it out because it's an amazing show. I've been on the show, and you're a great host. So tell us about your music ministry. You're going to sing for us today, and you are a songwriter, and I've been listening to your music, and it's beautiful. It's powerful. So talk to us about your music ministry.
Well, everything's going to be all right. One of the songs I'm going to do, it's just people need encouragement. We need encouragement. And, a lot of people's backs were against the wall. So when I was writing that, I was like, but everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Because we're going to trust God. We're going to believe God. So that one is on my Testimony CD.
Yes.
That is on. And then Tumble and Get Up. Tumble was about, everybody talks about when victory is here, but nobody talks about how you have to walk through. Wow. There's a cracking, there's a breaking. You have to still believe God while everything is going on And that's what tumble, is all about. It's tumbling. And get up is just simply, a lot of people were committing suicide, and pastors, and I was doing, shows about it. And so I wanted to write a song to tell them, listen, it's not over yet.
Yes.
You can get back up.
Absolutely. Cheryl, people will look at you or me, and we're in front of a camera. We look like we have it all together. God has blessed your ministry. You're traveling and leading worship, and you get a chance to talk to people who are in the music industry, music ministry. You meet great people. But, listen, we go home just like the rest and the best.
Yes.
We have great days and we have low days. We have days when it's working for us and days when it's working against us.
Right.
And so talk to us, encourage that person who's listening today and watching today that it is going to be okay, that God is on their side. And yes, there are days we have mountaintop experiences, but on those valley experiences, help us get through.
Jesus is as close to us, and he's as close to you as the mention of his name. We can call on that name whenever we are in the valley, when we're on the mountaintop. It does not matter. When we believe Romans 8:28, that all things work together for good to them that love God. If you love God, if it's not good yet, it's not done. God is not done. And we have to keep our faith and trust. And another one of my favorite scriptures is Numbers 23:19 that says, God is not a man that he should lie. So we can depend on him and we can lean on him. And that's how we know that no matter the highs, the lows, everything's going to be all right. Just keep the faith.
Amen. That's good. So talk to us about your background. How did you get started in music?
My mother and father, Reverend Carl E. Boggs and Ruth N. Boggs, both are in heaven now, but they traveled and sang. And my dad tells me that I was just always somewhere sitting on top of furniture and swinging my legs and singing. So it's just in me to sing. And God just has opened some mighty doors. I've been to Europe, as you have as well. And so I think it was just in me, and I started my first CD, I think I was 19 or 20, somewhere in there. And just wanted to give, like you said, the gifts that I have to God. It may not be as fancy as everybody else's or whatever, but I'm going to offer to God what he's given me.
Yes, as a living sacrifice.
Yes.
So when people hear your music, or when they listen to your radio show, or they see you on television, or when they see you leading worship, what is it that you want them to walk away with?
I want them to see Jesus. I want them to see the love of Jesus coming out of me. I want them to be able to feel that encouragement that says, hey, if the Lord did it for her, he can do it for me. And that in everything. Because in worship leading, I really want people to go with me. I don't want them to watch me. I want them to worship God with me. So I make it my mission to incorporate that and not let people just sit there and look. No, we want you to have that encounter with Jesus Christ as well.
Amen. Worship is not a spectator sport.
No,
I love that. I want you to go with me.
Right.
Go with me on that journey.
Yes.
Well, how can we find more information about Cheryl Boggs?
Well, it's very simple. It's Cheryl Boggs with the C, CHERYLBOGGS.com. And there you can find a lot of information. Facebook, Cheryl Boggs, there's my media. All of my radio shows and things that I do, Resting in His Word, it's also on YouTube. They can go back and view some of those shows as well.
Well, we are so excited that you are our guest today, and we cannot wait. Now, listen, I've been enjoying the music as you've been doing your sound check, and of course, I have your CDs. But today we get to experience Cheryl Boggs. So you get ready to sing for us, and you get ready to receive a blessing, because in just a moment, Cheryl Boggs is going to sing for you. And I want to encourage you to go on the website and check her out, and then you'll be right back here in a minute or two so you can hear her sing. All right, stick around. More of Babbie's House is coming your way in just a little bit.